Hello guys, you may not have heard the story of the Malaysian plane that disappeared in thin air in 8th March 2014 with 239 members, that is, 227 passengers and 12 crew. All the people in the plane are presumed dead because their bodies were not found, neither the remains of the plane that its disappearance is not known. According to my movie watching experience, I assume the plane went to another timeline, and maybe it may appear in future. That's a mimic of the Manifest series. Or it was kidnapped by aliens. Ha 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 ha. Ha. The crew of the Boeing 777-200ER, registered as 9M-MRO, last communicated with Air Traffic Control, ATC, around 38 minutes after takeoff, when the flight was over the South China Sea. The aircraft was lost from ATC's secondary surveillance radar screens minutes later, but was tracked by the Malaysian military's primary radar system for another hour, deviating westward from its planned flight path, crossing the Malay Peninsula and Andaman Sea. It left radar range 200 nautical miles, 370 kilometers, 230 miles, northwest of Penang Island in northwestern peninsular Malaysia. With all 227 passengers and 12 crew aboard presumed dead, the disappearance of Flight 370 was the deadliest incident involving a Boeing 777, the deadliest of 2014, and the deadliest in Malaysia Airlines history until it was surpassed in all three regards by Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, which was shot down by Russian-backed forces while flying over Ukraine 4 months later on July 17, 2014. The search for the missing aircraft became the most expensive search in the history of aviation. It focused initially on the South China Sea and Andaman Sea, before a novel analysis of the aircraft's automated communications with an Inmarsat satellite indicated that the plane had traveled far southward over the southern Indian Ocean. The lack of official information in the days immediately after the disappearance prompted fierce criticism from the Chinese public, particularly from relatives of the passengers, as most people on board Flight 370 were of Chinese origin. Several pieces of debris washed ashore in the western Indian Ocean during 2015 and 2016. Many of these were confirmed to have originated from Flight 370. After a 3-year search across 120,000 square kilometers, 46,000 square miles, of ocean failed to locate the aircraft, the Joint Agency Coordination Center heading the operation suspended its activities in January 2017. A second search launched in January 2018 by private contractor Ocean Infinity also ended without success after 6 months. Relying mostly on the analysis of data from the Inmarsat satellite with which the aircraft last communicated, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau, ATSB, initially proposed that a hypoxia event was the most likely cause given the available evidence, although no consensus has been reached among investigators concerning this theory. At various stages of the investigation, possible hijacking scenarios were considered, including crew involvement and suspicion of the airplane's cargo manifest. Many disappearance theories regarding the flight have also been reported by the media. The Malaysian Ministry of Transport's final report from July 2018 was inconclusive. It highlighted Malaysian ATC's fruitless attempts to communicate with the aircraft shortly after its disappearance. In the absence of a definitive cause of disappearance, air transport industry safety recommendations and regulations citing Flight 370 have been implemented to prevent a repetition of the circumstances associated with the loss. These include increased battery life on underwater locator beacons, lengthening of recording times on flight data recorders and cockpit voice recorders, and new standards for aircraft position reporting over open ocean. Malaysia had supported 58% of the total cost of the underwater search, Australia 32%, and China 10%. Hello guys, you may not have heard the story of the Malaysian plane that disappeared in thin air in 8th March 2014 with 239 members, that is, 227 passengers and 12 crew. All the people in the plane are presumed dead because their bodies were not found, neither the remains of the plane that its disappearance is not known. According to my movie watching experience, I assume the plane went to another timeline, and maybe it may appear in future. That's a mimic of the Manifest series.